Bao Island Podcast, A Journey to the West. Hey kids, welcome to Bao Island. On Bao Island, every story has a taste. Today's taste is crispy scallion pancake and sulfur mountain air. This episode, we're in Taipei's Beitou hot springs. Today's story, the magic staff.
Good morning from Beitou. I'm your captain, and today we've come all the way to the northern edge of Taipei, where the city meets the mountain. Beitou sits right at the foot of Yangmingshan volcano, yes, an actual volcano. The whole area is geothermally active, which means hot water bubbles up naturally from underground. You can smell the sulfur in the air.
Sniffing. It smells a little bit like eggs.
Sulfur. The volcanic minerals in the water. It's completely natural.
Happily, I actually like it. It smells like the earth is cooking something.
The hot spring water here is special even by Taiwan standards. Some of it is radioactive, mildly, in a good way. The radium springs in the Beitou hot spring area are rare enough that the water type was named after this place. Beitou stone is a mineral found only here and in one spot in the Czech Republic.
We have something that exists in only 2 places on Earth? In our neighborhood hot spring area?
Taiwan is very small but often very surprising.
I love this island.
There's something on this morning griddle, hot iron on cold mountain air, scallion oil meeting the sulfur steam, a smell that comes up from the earth and lands on the tongue at the same time.
Excited, what is it? Tell me.
Take a guess.
Mouth full, let me take a bite first. Excitedly, okay, I found breakfast. Scallion pancake. Hot off the griddle.
A classic.
Watch this. The vendor takes a ball of dough, rolls it flat, brushes it with oil and scallions, folds it up, rolls it flat again, so you get all those flaky layers, and then grills it on a flat iron pan until both sides are golden and blistered. Crispy outside, chewy and layered inside, with that sweet, fragrant scallion flavor all the way through.
Some places add an egg on top too.
Yes. Egg scallion pancake is a level up. Today's is plain, and still perfect. Bridge, you're eating.
Mouth slightly full, it's good.
See? Even Bridge is distracted by food. Okay, story. Go.
Laughing, right. Chapter 3. When we left off, Sun Wukong had come home from the Master's Mountain. He chased away the demon of chaos, freed his family, gave everyone the surname Sun. Everything was going well. But then, he started training his monkeys. Drilling them like soldiers.
Oh, he's building an army?
He wanted to be ready. He made them practice formations, advance, and retreat. But after a few days, he looked at what they were carrying, bamboo poles and wooden sticks, and he thought, this is not good enough. If a real enemy comes, these won't help.
That's actually very responsible of him.
He thought about it and decided he needed to go find himself a proper weapon. The elders had an idea. Great King, east of our mountain, just beneath the iron bridge, there's a passage to the ocean floor. The East Sea Dragon Palace is right there. Why not pay the Dragon King a visit?
Excitedly, Dragon King. Underwater palace.
Sun Wukong left off the bridge and dug straight down. The water parted for him, he had a water-repelling spell, and he walked right into the Dragon King's palace.
What does an underwater palace look like?
The original text describes it beautifully: golden pillars, jade walls, coral trees, pearl curtains. shrimp soldiers and crab generals standing guard. The Dragon King Ao Guang of the Eastern Sea came rushing out to greet him personally, terrified.
Laughing, shrimp soldiers. Like actual shrimp, carrying tiny spears?
That's exactly how the original describes it.
I need to see this palace.
The Dragon King seated Sun Wukong at the head of the table and asked, "What brings the great king to visit?" Very polite. Very nervous.
He was scared of the monkey.
Word had spread. Sun Wukong said, "I've been training my army. We're missing proper weapons. You're a powerful ruler, surely you have something suitable?"
Very reasonable request.
The Dragon King clapped his hands, and 2 soldier fish dragged in an enormous sword. Sun Wukong picked it up, gave it a swing, and said, "Too light. Next one."
How heavy was it?
3,600 pounds.
3,600 pounds? That's heavier than a car.
Too light. Next weapon, a 9-pronged pitchfork. 7,200 pounds.
Excitedly, 7,000.
Still too light. Sun Wukong spun it around casually, handed it back. Got anything heavier? The Dragon King was sweating now. He said, "Honestly, that pitchfork is the heaviest thing I have."
He broke the weapon store.
Just then, the Dragon Queen and the Dragon Princess crept in and whispered something to the Dragon King. They said, "Your Majesty, deep in the treasury, that old iron pillar has been glowing with a strange light for several days. Perhaps it's meant for this visitor."
An iron pillar that started glowing. On its own. For the right person.
The Dragon King shrugged. "It's just an old piece of iron from the days of the Great Yu, used to measure the depth of the sea. Useless really." But he led Sun Wukong down to the deepest part of the palace anyway. They walked into the deepest chamber of the Dragon Palace. And there it was.
Quietly, what did it look like?
A black iron pillar. As thick as a barrel. About 20 feet long. Glowing with golden light from both ends, shimmering in the dark water of the deep sea.
Quietly, odd, oh.
Sun Wukong walked up to it slowly. He reached out and touched it.
And?
He said, "Too thick. Too long. It would be better shorter and thinner." And the pillar shrank. Several feet shorter. Several inches thinner.
Excitedly, IT listened to him.
He stared at it. His eyes went wide. He said, "Even thinner." It shrank again. He picked it up. It was perfect in his grip, the right weight, the right length, the right feel. He turned it over and saw an inscription carved into the iron, "Compliant golden hooped staff." Weight, 13,500 pounds.
13,500 pounds. And he's holding it like it's a chopstick.
He swung it experimentally, back and forth, through the corridors of the Dragon Palace. Every sea creature scattered. The Dragon King stumbled backwards. The shrimp soldiers hid. The crab generals disappeared. The whole palace shook.
Laughing, the Dragon King must have regretted every decision that led to this moment.
Sun Wukong smiled at the Dragon King and said very pleasantly, "Many thanks, Your Majesty. This will do nicely." He turned to leave. Then he stopped. He turned back. He said, "Actually, this staff is wonderful, but look at me. No armor. No helmet. No shoes. A warrior with a staff but no proper outfit is incomplete. You wouldn't happen to have."
gasping, he's asking for more?
The Dragon King said, through gritted teeth, I'm so sorry. I really don't have armor.
He's lying, right?
Probably. Sun Wukong just sat down. Right there on the floor of the palace. And started swinging the staff around casually.
He's not leaving until he gets the armor.
The Dragon King had no choice. He called his 3 dragon brothers, the Dragon Kings of the South, West, and North Seas, using a great bell, summoning them all for an emergency meeting.
A family emergency meeting because of one monkey.
Together they scraped together cloud-walking shoes from the North Sea, a golden chainmail vest from the West Sea, a phoenix feather crimson gold crown from the South Sea. They presented it all to Sun Wukong with as much dignity as they could manage.
That is 4 dragon kings being absolutely wrecked by one monkey who refused to leave.
Sun Wukong put everything on. He stood there in his golden crown, his golden armor, his cloud-walking shoes, with his magic staff on his shoulder, and he looked magnificent. He said to the 4 dragon kings, "Thank you very much, neighbors. Goodbye." And leapt out of the ocean.
Laughing, neighbors. He robbed them and called them neighbors.
Let's take a walk. Yangmingshan is just up the road, one of the most beautiful national parks in Taiwan.
Can you see the volcano from here?
You can. Kixingshan 7-star mountain is the highest peak, and it's actually a dormant volcano. Steam still vents from the fumaroles on the slopes. In spring, the whole mountain turns yellow with wild calla lilies.
Excitedly, yellow flower fields on a volcano with steam coming out of it. That sounds incredible.
Yangmingshan is special because it changes completely every season. Cherry blossoms in February, calla lilies in March and April, silver grass in autumn, and the hot springs stay warm year-round. It's a mountain that offers something different every time you visit.
And it's 20 minutes from central Taipei by bus. Most people in the world have to travel a long way to see something this wild. Here, people come after work.
I think I take it for granted sometimes. Then I go somewhere else and realize, not everywhere has a volcanic national park attached to its city.
That's a good observation.
Warmly, Taiwan, you're doing great.
Sun Wukong landed back on Flower Fruit Mountain in his new gear. His monkeys saw him and went absolutely wild, cheering, jumping, running around him in circles.
They hadn't seen him for so long.
He showed them the staff. Passed it around. Every monkey tried to lift it, not one could budge it. Sun Wukong laughed and took it back. He said, "Watch this." He held the staff upright and said, "Shrink."
What happened?
It shrank down and down and down until it was the size of a sewing needle. He tucked it behind his ear.
Pausing, behind his ear.
Goes from a 20-foot iron pillar weighing 13,000 pounds to a sewing needle in his ear. Whenever he needs it, he just reaches up, pulls it out, and says grow.
That is the most convenient weapon in all of fiction. You can't lose it. Nobody can steal it. It never needs maintenance. It just sits there.
It's the perfect weapon because it perfectly matches its owner. It can be small or enormous, precise or overwhelming, exactly what he needs in each moment.
Sounds like talent. Small and invisible when it's not needed. Enormous when it matters.
Quietly, yeah. Exactly like that.
Food break. Bao, you found the hot spring tofu.
Excitedly, yes. Hot spring tofu is one of Beitou's signature foods. The mineral-rich hot spring water is actually used in the cooking process, either to make the tofu itself, or to keep it warm. The result is this silky, incredibly soft block of tofu with a slightly mineral, clean taste. You eat it with soy sauce and scallions. That's it. Simple.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like the idea of warm. Like softness has a flavor. There's a very faint mineral taste from the spring water, which sounds weird but it's actually nice. It gives it a depth that regular tofu doesn't have.
Hot spring water that healed travelers for 100 years, now used to make tofu.
The mountain is sharing something with you. That's how it feels.
You know, tofu and the magic staff have something in common.
Don't you dare say they're both white.
Laughing, I was going to say both start from something very simple. Tofu was just soybeans and water. The staff was just an old iron measuring rod. But treated the right way, in the right hands, they become something remarkable.
Okay. That's actually better than what I thought you were going to say.
Sun Wukong held a big feast on Flower Fruit Mountain that night. He drank a lot. Eventually he fell asleep on a rock near the iron bridge. And then, two figures appeared. They were holding a chain and a document with his name on it.
Alarmed, who were they?
Soul collectors from the underworld. Their job, when a being's time on Earth is up, they come and take the soul. The document said, Sun Wukong, the time of death, now.
Sun Wukong can die?
They clamped the chain on him and started walking, and he woke up. Groggy, not fully awake, he let them lead him for a bit. Then the fog cleared and he saw a city in the distance. Above the gate, 3 characters, Realm of the Dead.
He was being taken to the underworld.
Sun Wukong yanked the chain off. He said, wait. I have studied immortality. I have escaped the 3 disasters. I am beyond the normal rules of life and death. You have no authority over me.
Excitedly, he argued his way out of dying.
Not just argued. He pulled the staff out of his ear, let it grow to full size, and the 2 soul collectors turned and ran. He chased them into the city. All the ghost guards scattered. He walked straight through the gates of the underworld.
Laughing, he's storming the afterlife.
The 10 kings of hell heard there was a disturbance and came rushing out, but when they saw who it was, they straightened their robes and bowed. Great king! Great king, what an honor! They had clearly heard what happened at the Dragon Palace.
Laughing, even the kings of hell are scared of him.
Sun Wukong said, which one of you sent those collectors for me? The kings tripped over themselves. There must have been some mistake. A clerical error. Same name, different monkey. Sun Wukong said, show me the Book of Death.
Is that a real book?
In the story, yes. Every living being has an entry. Name, lifespan, cause of death. The judge dragged out stacks of ledgers, separate books for fish, birds, animals. Sun Wukong flipped through them, found the monkey section. Sun Wukong, stone monkey, lifespan 342 years, natural death. He picked up a brush.
Excitedly, he crossed his name out.
And crossed out every single monkey name in the entire ledger. All of them. Then he tossed the book aside and said, done. From now on, Old Sun is not under your jurisdiction. And walked back out.
He just deleted death for all the monkeys?
In one visit. Got a weapon. Got armor. Deleted his own death record. And the death records of every monkey on Flower Fruit Mountain.
That is the most productive afternoon in the history of mythology.
He also made a lot of very powerful enemies.
Quietly, oh right. The Dragon Kings and the Kings of Hell are both going to complain to the Jade Emperor, aren't they?
Both already writing their letters as we speak.
Bridge, the staff. Why was it just sitting on the ocean floor for 10,000 years?
The original text says it was placed there by the Great Yu, a legendary emperor who tamed the floods, thousands of years before the story starts. He used the staff to measure the depth of rivers and seas during his flood control work. When the floods were tamed, he left it at the bottom of the Eastern Sea.
And it just stayed there?
For 10,000 years. And then, a few days before Sun Wukong arrived, it started glowing. The Dragon Queen noticed it and told the Dragon King.
So it knew he was coming?
The original text says, perhaps it was meant to be given to this Holy One. The staff had been waiting. The right person hadn't come along until now.
Quietly, that's the nicest thing. Something that's been waiting for 10,000 years, and then the right person shows up.
Everything has its moment.
And when the moment comes, the fit is perfect. He doesn't have to force it. It adjusts for him. Grows when he needs it big, shrinks when he needs it small. Because it's truly his.
I want something in my life that fits like that.
Warmly, then you'll have to do what Sun Wukong did. Keep moving. Keep looking. One day you'll reach out your hand and something will start to glow.
Time to wrap up. The hot spring steam is drifting past us, the mountain is right there, and the whole city is below.
Today we came to Beitou Volcanic Springs, the smell of sulfur, a mountain park that changes with every season. We had scallion pancakes fresh off the griddle, and silky hot spring tofu made with mineral water from the earth. And we followed Sun Wukong on the most dramatic shopping trip in all of Chinese mythology into the Dragon Palace, through a dozen weapons, until he found the one that had been waiting for him. A staff that grows and shrinks and fits in his ear.
It had been waiting 10,000 years. Then the right person showed up.
The right tool finds the right person. And the right person finds the right tool.
What's next?
Next time, we come to Dian Forest Park, the green heart of Taipei. We eat salt and pepper chicken and taro ice cream. And Sun Wukong goes to heaven for the first time, is given the most embarrassingly small job in all of the celestial bureaucracy, and decides he has a better title for himself. The Great Sage, equal to heaven.
Excitedly, he gives himself a title?
Softly, somewhere at the bottom of the sea, the right thing is still waiting for the right person. On Bao Island, stories grow up with you.